Welcome back to AZ Off Grid. It is, what is today? Monday, June 22nd. It's right around probably about 8 a.m. Yesterday, got the mower out. This is my Ryobi 40 volt. It works very, very well. It's pretty light, super light, so a young kid could push it around the yard. But you can see I mowed all of this area last night. Actually ran over it twice, but you can see where I stopped and then just took it out that way. I still got to do a little more over there, and then quite a bit around here and around the back. But the battery wasn't even fully charged. I had done some mowing at home before I came up, and then I mowed all this, went over it twice. So pretty good time on the battery, not too bad. So last night, I think it was around 7 p.m., 7:30. Hey, stop eating weeds. I noticed that my battery bank was really low. It was down to 12.1 by 7 p.m. That's just not right. And according to the Midnight Classic, we brought in 5.5 kilowatt hours of power yesterday. And I did not run anything off this power other than the refrigerator in here. I just fired up when I got here. But it shouldn't have brought the battery bank down like that. So I figured there was something wrong. Aside from leaving the refrigerator on, my son, when he came up here, the refrigerator in here, I noticed this morning that the Keurig was plugged in, and I don't ever leave it plugged in. I use it, I unplug it. So I can only assume that when he left here, he left the Keurig on after he made his coffee. It's my guess. And I think it kind of zapped my battery bank, over discharged it. Threw the generator on last night and just didn't want to bring up the voltage on the battery bank very quickly. It was going a lot slower than it normally does. So I just had the generator on for about, I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour. And it was showing 13.1 volts, and I just turned it off but just before I turned this camera on, and it's at 12.5 volts. So there's a serious issue with my battery bank. I guess you live and learn, but I checked the water on most of them, and they still have plenty of water in them. I could add a little bit of water to it, but it shouldn't make that kind of a difference. So something happened. I think they got over discharged with the refrigerator and the Keurig being left on. And also, my surveillance runs 24/7, which doesn't use a ton of power. I leave the surveillance on, and I have this bug zapper going, which this doesn't use much power either. But all of that stuff combined, especially the Keurig, that's like running a microwave. Oh, so Damn it, damn it, damn it. I don't know. I got to figure out what's going on. I don't know if it's going to happen this trip because I got so many other things I need to do. The panels are pretty dirty, but I still brought in 5.5 kilowatt hours of power. You can see all the dirt on them. This is about as dirty as I've seen them before. That's all pollen. Yeah, pretty dirty. So I'm gonna wash them, but you know, that's not gonna fix the root of the problem here. So I'm gonna wash the panels, and I'm gonna put this I'll wait till a little bit later, probably about 11:30, 12, and I'll do a nice long equalizer on the battery bank. Try to get the voltage way up there, see if that helps. Hopefully it does, because I got a lot of money. I got a lot of money in this battery bank, you know. Just the batteries, it's close to 1,600 bucks. You know, the cables are all reusable, but those still cost. But just the batteries, about 1,600 bucks, maybe 1,500. It's just a pain in the butt. Anyway, it actually got quite a bit cooler here last night than I had thought. I guess I haven't been paying very good attention to the weather. I'm also able to track the weather here while I'm not here. I don't know if you can see it with the sun shining, but this little deal right up here, it's pretty nice. I think I talked about it in my video in May, but I can look at it online from home or from anywhere and see what the weather is currently here. And it keeps track, it keeps a log of all your weather and stuff by the day, by the week, the month. It'll do monthly highs and lows, yearly highs and lows, stuff like that. Rainfall, wind speed, all that stuff. Pressures, solar radiation. Anyways. Sorry guys, just a little frustrated. So this is the screen that comes with it. It's called ambient weather. There were some mixed reviews on it when I bought it a couple of years ago, and I figured, what the hell, I'll give it a shot. I forget how much it was, like 140, 150 bucks. Anyways, it's a pretty neat little setup. The issue that people were having with it, I guess, I don't seem to be having the same issue, is it was losing connectivity to their Wi-Fi, and they weren't able to track the weather away from home. I haven't had that issue so far, and it's been going since late April. So anyways, the low was 47 degrees, so I'm pretty wild swings in temperature here, from 90 to 47 and back. It got nice and cool. I actually had to throw a cover on last night when I was sleeping. I didn't think I was going to, because I think by 9 p.m. last night it was still like 75, 76 degrees. But just after midnight, I think it really dropped quick. So it was nice. And then obviously when I got up this morning, it was beautiful. It was like 55, 56 degrees out here. It was great. It's starting to warm up now though. It's probably about 80 degrees. Actually, you guys just saw it. I didn't even look at it. I don't know what it said. Anyways, it feels like it's about 80, 82 degrees out here. With just a little breeze. Birds are chirping away. Butterflies everywhere. Yeah, it's just a beautiful day, but I know it's going to get hot here in a little bit. Oh, I'm just irritated about my batteries. Man, that bugs me. So if I can't figure out the issue while I'm here, hopefully it was just a good equalize on the bank, I'll have to run the generator at night, which really sucks because I hate running a generator. But yeah, bummer. So anyways, I'm gonna wash those panels. Should probably check the panels and top the shipping container too. Anyways, wash the panels. I'm gonna get some more mowing and trimming done around here. I just hate walking through all this crap. It's so much nicer when it's cut down like this. Yeah, get some mowing and trimming done, and at some point throw the battery bank in to equalize. And then I'm gonna come over to the shipping container and start hacking away at it, cut some holes in it for my venting. So that'll be cool. Got to get that done. Watered all my trees last night, so hopefully they come back. They sure look a lot better than they did last night, that's for sure. Much more vibrant. I think the peach tree is done for. I gave it water anyways, but who knows, we'll see. So yeah, those chestnut trees, they popped since I put water. Definitely popped. That's good. It's definitely good. I don't know, I might take those back home with me and try to kind of nurse them back to health. Because I think if I plant them out here right now with the very little moisture we're getting out here, they'd probably just die. I think I might just take those home and try to get them to come back. You got some kind of bug that's really been going to town on these, just chewing them to shreds. Yeah, I'll take those back. I'm gonna plant these while I'm here. Baby blue, Colorado spruce, and the Jeffrey pines. Plant those. Maybe the apple tree. I don't know. I might wait and do that when we have a little more moisture up here, probably in about another month or so. So we usually start getting some rain. Anyways, all right, guys, I'm gonna play. Okay, get down. I'm gonna get to work before it gets too flippin' hot, and I'll get back with you guys later. Okay guys, I think I figured out what's going on with the battery bank for sure. Where do I start? So currently I've got the generator running the trailer, cabin plugged in to the outlet at the front of the trailer, because I'm using the fridge in there, and it's powering my surveillance, which I don't need right now because I'm here, but whatever. All right, so I must have missed one of the batteries when I was checking a couple of them, and this battery right here, second from the front, it's from 2016. That one, the water was below the top of the plates. All of the rest of them were about between 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch down from the top. Not really the danger zone. They could use some water, but it's not terrible. This one, for whatever reason, only this battery was below the top of the plates. And if you know anything about batteries, that's really bad. That's damaging the battery. So I don't know why I didn't think about it yesterday. It was probably because I was super tired and I've been up for over 24 hours. But when I got here yesterday and I walked inside the trailer for the first time, I noticed that the Keurig was plugged in, which I never leave plugged in, And I noticed that the refrigerator, all the lights were on, and it was in, what do you call it? It detected a fault or whatever. So it never occurred to me what was going on at that point, but I was just thinking about it earlier. There's two different modes on a RV gas electric refrigerator, and I'll show you real quick. So, typical Dometic fridge, gas electric. You've got an on and off switch. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. And then you've got a gas switch. So I typically, well, not typically, I always run it in gas only mode. Gas meaning propane. There's a couple of reasons, and I've explained in prior videos. I'll explain it again right now. So for whatever reason, this refrigerator, and I've already done the tests with the kilowatt meter plugged in line to my trailer's power cord. But for whatever reason, this trailer, when it's running off of electricity, uses a ton of electricity. About 330 watts, 350, 360 watts, something like that. I don't know why it uses so much power. The fridge in the cabin, which is way bigger than this, it's a regular, like, apartment-sized fridge. It runs on about 100 to 110 watts when it's running, when it's cycling. The deep freezer outside, it only runs on about 55 to 60 watts when it's cycling. This one, for whatever reason, runs on like 300 and, I don't know. I forget how much it is. I'd have to go back and look at my videos, or I'd have to hook up another kilowatt meter to it, which I don't feel like doing right now. It's somewhere in the mid 350 range. That's a lot of power for a little fridge. I have a full-size Samsung, you know, the huge, massive Samsung fridge at home. It's only a couple years old, and I guarantee you it doesn't use 300 and anything watts to run. So that's why I usually run this, well, not usually, always run it in gas mode only. So there's a little picture on here. I don't know, the lighting in here is pretty crap, but this is basically a profile image of the switch right here. What it means is the switch is out, it's on gas, which it currently is. I'll try to show you. See it sticking out there? Okay. When the switch is in, it's in auto mode. So in auto mode, these refrigerators default to electricity. And then, for whatever reason, electricity goes out, shuts off, whatever, then it kicks over to gas automatically. That's why it's called auto mode. So I always run it off of gas like it is right now. It's on, as you can see, lights are on. It was in auto mode when I got here, and it never even occurred to me or dawned on me like what was going on. So this is what I believe happened. When my son and his friend were up here, he made coffee, may or may not have shut this off. I don't know. I can only speculate. He went out, turned the fridge on, or not the fridge, the gas on out front, so he could A, cook on the stove and make a mess, as you can see, but also to use the gas refrigerator. His mistake was he pushed this button in, and it was running off of power from my battery bank. So this thing, for I don't know how long, he hasn't been up here for a couple of weeks, has been running off my battery bank every single day. A mess. Not mine. Anyways, sorry guys, just a little irritated. A little side note. The trailer is plugged in to the generator along with the cabin and the fridge inside there. It's all running, and the Honda generator is still only running in eco mode, which is awesome. Doesn't require that fridge in there, along with everything that's going on in there, doesn't require much power at all. As you can tell, it's still running on eco mode. If it was using a lot of power, it would sound like this. Okay, back to what I was saying. This is only 1,000 watts. 1,000 watts is not a lot of solar power. To somebody new in solar, it might sound like a lot, but it's really not a lot. This is really a small system, but it's enough for what I do here based on how I use everything here. And it's just barely enough to charge my 16 deep cycle golf cart batteries. It will charge this full into float mode by 2-3 p.m. on a good sunny day like today. However, if you've got stuff like a refrigerator that consumes power, like it's got a short in it somewhere. Oh look, a little wolf spider. Check it out. That's a little guy. He's gonna get way bigger than that. Anyways, when you've got something like that refrigerator constantly taxing my solar power every day, throughout the day, more on than when it's off, and then all night long, the battery bank never ever gets to float. It probably doesn't even get to absorb mode because it's constantly powering that, along with everything else that it's powering here. That over time is going to kill a battery bank. Well, 2 weeks, and I think it probably has killed that battery, my guess. I currently have this in equalizer mode, and it's been running for about 40 minutes. The battery voltage has only gone up by 0.1 volt in 40 minutes. And I have this set to bring the battery bank voltage up to 14.6 volts. But it's struggling to even bring it up a couple tenths of a volt. And that's at 47 amps, almost 48 amps. So that tells me there's a major problem with this battery bank as a result of lack of knowledge, basically, or a mistake made. Anyways, I don't know where it is. I'm assuming this is probably it for the most part. There could be an issue with a couple of other batteries, but again, the water wasn't super low. I don't know how long it's going to take to bring the voltage on this bank up, or even if I can. It's in EQ mode, so it should be really like hitting this bank hard with voltage. But you can see on my charge controller that it's struggling even to bring it up at all. I mean, we currently have 642 watts coming in, and the battery voltage just isn't coming up. So I guarantee you, if I shut this switch off, that voltage is going to drop. Check this out. Bam, down to 12.7, just like that. So I got problems. It's really not funny. It's going to cost me a crap load of money, but I guess it was my mistake. I should have told him or reminded him what to do here when Dad's not here to do everything for him. So that's the issue right now. The battery bank in the shipping container is just fine. Even though it got to like 150 degrees in there every day for like the last 2, 3, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, battery bank seems to be just fine. I had the power shut off to it from the panels. I had the kill switch off, or the battery shut off switch, or panel shut off switch. because I didn't want anything going on with the batteries while it was stuck in here and all of that heat. I just wanted them to sit in here, basically in storage, even though everything's hooked up, but it wasn't receiving a charge. When I looked at the battery voltage on it last night, before I turned anything on, it was down to like 12.3 volts, which is, it's about right. I mean, if you think about it, they're getting cooked in here for, I don't know, a month or so. It's going to affect the charge that it had on it when I left here. But it's already up. The voltage on it's already back up. You know, I know there's a light on here somewhere, but I just forgot where it's at. You guys can't see it. It's at 13.5 volts. It would be higher, but I'm charging batteries right now, and my fan's running on this thing because it's like super hot in here. So, cool. I'm gonna let that go for a little bit, and then I'll shut the power inverter off and let this thing finish getting to float mode. I ran out of distilled water. This was about a half a gallon, so I used that to top off the really low. What did I do with my oh yeah, there they are. Can't leave home without them. I used the distilled water that I had to top off that really low battery, and then I filled a couple of the others until I ran out of water. So tomorrow I'm going to go into town. I'm going to take this tank with me in the trailer. We're going to go get some water, and then I'm going to grab some more distilled water. Yeah, I got to fill this one up too. It's at 125 gallons. So, and I'm going to end up filling up the freshwater tank because it's getting a little low. So I'll end up filling this one first, and then I'll dump the rest over here into this tank, from which I can water my trees and stuff with. So that's what's going on here. I did mow all this back here, as you can see. For one, I get tired of walking in all this crap that's grown up while I'm here. And for two, when I'm not here, my surveillance camera, which kicks on with motion, sees all these really tall weeds and flowers waving in the wind, and it starts recording. So I end up with like 340 video clips in one day, just from all the weeds moving in the wind, because it's always windy here. So yeah, took care of that. I gotta do a little trimming with the weed eater to get this stuff. I might go back there and clear some of that out over there later, probably tomorrow. It's a lot of mowing for a regular, just a push mower. All this whole area, all the way around and back there. It's quite a bit. I got to get a riding lawnmower. I almost bought one. I was looking at them about a week ago, and I almost bought one. It's going to cost like 1,800 bucks. I think it was a John Deere. Really wanted to, but I held out. There's other things I got to do right now with the money that I have. So, and this is only like once a year that this happens. But it's not raining, and it is a fire hazard, so I will get one in the future. Just not right now. I can rough it with the push mower for now. Oh, we got the cicadas starting to pop off. I don't know if you guys can hear that over the generator. That's the first one I've heard since I've been here. This is the time of year for them. You guys hear that? It's pretty loud. And that's just one. Okay, I'm gonna get off here. I hope the voltage on this thing can come up. My only other option, and I'm not sure if I want to do it. I can do it, but I risk hurting the batteries. I don't know if I'm going to hurt them any worse than they already are, but plug the generator back into my cord over here, that yellow cord down there on the ground, which will charge the battery bank via the inverter, because this inverter is an inverter charger. And I can crank this little knob right here all the way to the left, which puts it at full current. And I forget how many amps it is. It's a ridiculous amount, but you'll watch the battery voltage just like shoot up really fast. Like this will go from 12.1 to 14.4 in like 20 minutes, and it's ridiculous. It shouldn't go up that fast, but if I gotta kind of light things on fire in that battery bank just to get this thing up, I might do it. So, well, it just popped up to 12 or 13.5. Oh wow, man! It's I started at 10:26 a.m. It's 11:13, and it's only gone up a couple tenths of a volt. This is going to be a lengthy process. So again, I may end up just using the generator to kind of boost the voltage up high enough and then put it back into EQ mode. I don't know. I'm gonna let this go for a couple hours and see what happens. I think you're only supposed to equalize for a couple hours at a time anyways, between 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 hours. So I'm gonna let it go for a bit and see what happens. Hopefully we can get it up to 14 volts at least. 14.3 will be preferred, but all right guys, I'm just rambling at this point, so I'm gonna get off here. I think I'm gonna eat some lunch, chill in the trailer for a little bit, get out of the sun, and then after that I think I'm gonna pop the no, I won't do the weed eater right now. The battery is probably a little low. Yes, it's a battery powered weed eater, also the same battery that my mower I showed you guys earlier today. Same battery. They just it'll run forever. So anyways, I think after that, no, I can't do that. Let's see. Yeah, I could. No, I can't. Sorry guys. I'm using the generator to power everything while that is trying to fix my battery bank, and I need the generator to cut holes in my shipping container with the grinder with the cutoff wheel. Well, I may end up having to do that part tomorrow. Shouldn't take that long. Decisions. I'll think of something to do with my time. I'm not going to just waste it while I'm up here. I will do something. Anyways, I'll get back with you guys later. Alright guys, it's 6 o'clock and it's about 89 degrees out here. Kind of warm. It's not too bad in the shade, but it's like 92 or 92 degrees inside the trailer. So I spent quite a time trying to get the battery voltage up today. I had on equalizer for a while, and then I ended up throwing it back on just regular charge. I had nothing running. I even had the inverter shut off, so I wanted to give it like most of the day to charge. It never got to float. I think it got up to like 13.6. This is high a voltage as it would get today. So I ended up hooking the generator back up to it, charging it through the inverter, and I cranked the amperage up quite a bit, not all the way, but pretty close, and I was able to get the voltage up to 14.1. That was the highest it would go. So I don't know. We got everything shut off right now. We're really not bringing in much power. and the bank is finally starting to settle down the voltage. So it's at 12.9. And we got 138 watts coming in. So I got a feeling once the sun really starts to go down, that voltage on the battery bank is really going to drop. But they're all charging. I mean, well, they're all doing what they normally do when they're taking on a charge. They were all bubbling. Looks like they're boiling. They're all doing that, so I don't know what the deal is. I have a hydrometer, which I've never used before. I think I might break that out tomorrow if I can find it somewhere here. And I'm going to test all the batteries to find out which one or all are bad. Tomorrow I'm also going to, again, probably hook the generator up and crank up those amps to get this thing really high voltage for a while. And then I will go ahead and put this back in equalizer mode and see if I can't get the voltage up there and sustained for a couple, 2 or 3 hours. In my downtime, I went into town and got some more water to fill these tanks up, and I got some more distilled water so I can finish topping off the batteries. Don't think that'll make any difference as far as what's going on right now, but we'll see. As for now, I'm just waiting for it to cool off a little bit. It should start to cool off here. The temperature just peaked about 30 minutes ago. It started climbing all of a sudden. We had a pretty good gust of wind, and then it just started getting really hot. So I'm thinking it's going to start cooling off here in a little bit. And I'm going to take the dog for a walk. Just kind of relax. So tomorrow, again, first thing, I'm going to use the generator to really hit the battery bank hard with the power inverter. I'm hoping it's just a sulfation issue, and I can knock some of that crap loose from the plates, and they'll start taking a charge better. Anyways, after that, I'm gonna pull the generator away from this and take it over there and start cutting holes for venting, and I'll end up transferring the water over into the tanks. And then if I have time left, I'll go plant some trees. If not, I'll probably get to some of those trees on Wednesday before I leave. So that's the plan. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you go. You guys take care, be safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.